It's time for World War III watch. Let's just face it, it's already started. We felt a little bit better about our World War III situation since the mentally impaired Biden left office and Trump came in. But still, we have some unresolved problems here. We certainly have a problem going on in Ukraine. We know that Trump wanted to get this thing stopped. He had originally said it within the first 24 hours. Somebody had said 48 hours. Now we're looking at 6 months. That seems a little more likely. Had a conversation with Garland Nixon the other day. That checks out. Scott Ritter's been saying the same thing. We're looking at 6 months to get this thing done. But in the meantime, you guys have seen Zelensky. He's not showing up to the Grammy Awards. He's not showing up to the Oscars. That's funny. Ben Stiller stopped giving him little trips over there, and Sean Penn stopped giving him his Oscars. That's interesting. Well, what's going on with Zelensky? Do you think maybe he realizes that he's not getting any more money? Well, we've known that. We've known that look on his face is, you're not giving me any more money? I thought I could come to DC anytime and get money. It looks like Netanyahu's getting more standing ovations than I'm getting now. That's the look on his face. But there is one more reveal that happened, and this might put things a little more into perspective for you guys as far as what is that concern on his face? Is it just that he's not getting any more money? Or is it possible that Zelensky didn't actually receive all the money in the first place? What was it? Like $200 billion of taxpayer money? $200 billion to go to saving democracy? Because that's what all my liberal lefty friends here in Hollywood said. That's what they told me back in February 2022. We got to save democracy. We got to save democracy. Putin woke up one morning and decided to take over the world, and we have to stop him. So we got to give Zelensky, a totally democratically elected leader, never mind the fact that we cooed the damn place in 2014 and we instilled him in the place of the democratically elected president. We instilled an actor named Zelensky, and he's just been this puppet leader ever since. And that look on his face that we thought was, I'm not getting any more money now that Trump's in, the look was, I never got the original money. Check it out.
Дивіться, я коли чую, і раніше чув, і сьогодні ми чуємо від Сполучених Штатів Америки, що Америка дала Україні сотні мільярдів, 177, якщо сказати більш точно. Така звучала точна цифра, яку підтримували або голосував Конгрес, тощо різні організації. Дивіться, я як президент воюючої країни вам говорю, ми отримали більше 75. Я коли чую, і точна цифра, яку Конгрес, тощо різні організації. Дивіться, я як президент...
Wanted to pause it there. Sorry about that. Look, as the president of a warring country, I tell you, we received just over 75. That's less than half of the money. Holy crap. Where did the rest of it go? Let's see what he has to say next.
Президент воюючої країни, вам говорю, ми отримали більше 75. Тобто 100 мільярдів з цих 177, або 200, говорять навіть деякі.
You never received. Oh, well, that's weird, because all my shitlib friends here told me that we needed to defend democracy. So that's weird that we never actually sent the money. Because why wouldn't the money arrive to the place that we need to save the world from, right? It couldn't have been missing in action. And if it was missing, you'd think that people would have wanted to go find it immediately, because Putin, Hitler 2, I guess Trump is Hitler 3. That's right. Putin's Hitler 2. So you got Hitler 1, you got Hitler 2, which is Putin, and then Hitler 3 is Trump. So Hitler 2 is going to take the world over in 2022. So we have to get the money to him, to Zelensky, as soon as possible. Hero Zelensky, that Ben Stiller is going to direct in a big Hollywood blockbuster. No, Ben Stiller is going to play the role of Zelensky. Sean Penn's going to direct. That's all. That was the deal. What happened to all that? Well, where's the money, mother effers? Where's the money, huh? I thought we were saving democracy.
Люди, ми ніколи не отримували. І це важливо. Бо ми говоримо про конкретні речі. Бо ми отримали це не грошима, а зброєю. Ми зброю отримали на 70 з чимось мільярдів. Є навчання, тренування, є додатковий транспорт, є не тільки ціну на зброю, були гуманітарні програми, соціальні тощо. Але коли говорять, що Україна під час війни
I don't know if you noticed, he did wipe his nose there. That did happen. Okay, just pointing it out. Not a big deal, but hey, man, I hope you get your help. I hope you get the help you need soon. Okay, but he's talking about the expenses that were needed that never were taken care of. So this whole time, it's been one big mess, and that actually, to me, starts to make more sense of how his persona was, and he seemed afraid, like you couldn't say, like you just had to take what you could get, and you knew it was a money laundering operation, and you just had to take what you can get. I'm surprised the guy's still alive, by the way, to be honest. I'm surprised he's still alive. And he's willing to talk like this right now. Very interesting. I wonder what kind of protection he has or doesn't have, or maybe he's over it. Maybe he's throwing his hands in the air. Hard to tell. Let's finish this up.
отримала 200 мільярдів на підтримку армії тощо, це неправда. Я не знаю, де всі ці гроші.
I don't know where all the money is. Wow. Anyone reporting on this on mainstream? No. That was an international outlet. That's not nobody's reporting on this. This doesn't help the Biden narrative. This is certainly not going to help the Trump narrative. Does Trump know this money's missing? Yeah, probably. We know that US aid was part of funding the EcoHealth Alliance, which did set up the biolabs. We knew it set up the Hunter Biden laptop stuff. So all this is connected. Everything we've been covering today, guys, it's all connected. The FBI takedown, the US aid takedown, the paper trail of Hunter Biden's laptop, the funding of the biolabs in Ukraine, the shipment of the COVID-19. You go from the gain of function research, which we've been calling out the whole time. Conspiracy theorists. Now we know it was done in the lab, shipped to China. All this is out on the table now, so it's all connected. I got to point this out because, like, I saw this came up, and this is related too, because we know only very, very few mainstream outlets even suggested any of this to be true during the COVID years, during the first beginning of the Ukraine war. And one guy sticks out, and that's Tucker Carlson. As we know, he lost his job at Fox News, and Fox News says it's because he was too much of a racist. We know that most likely he was fired because of the way he was challenging Big Pharma, the way he was challenging the war machine, specifically Ukraine proxy war. And he started getting into the genocide in Gaza as well. But I think the proxy war, he got this very close to the beginning. And it's so interesting that he sat down with Piers Morgan. And this is a clip from that. I suggest you guys watch the whole thing if you can at some point. But it's fascinating to me that Tucker was able to get this admission from Piers as though he's some sort of secret Zionist, or I don't know if it's how secret, or he's just an unknowing Zionist. It seems that Piers Morgan is, but this is the mindset of the Western media. Piers is Western media, defending the Western empire. Let's see, and those would say that Tucker still plays a role in his independent media market. He still plays a role in making us think that this independent news outlet, now he's challenging the mainstream, but then he's taking on characteristics of that previous thing. That's a whole nother conversation. But just in this, I thought this was interesting because this plays into what are we doing moving forward? How are we going to stop World War III if we can't even admit to the thing that we're championing and the thing we're supposed to be mad at and the thing that we're supposed to be, coming to the rescue to save democracy? Piers can't even admit what's right and wrong as far as intentionally blowing up women and children. Yeah, he actually doubles down on this. Listen to this.
For intentionally killing civilians, you probably shouldn't beat your chest and brag about it. Maybe you can make.
I agree with that.
Maybe you make the case that we had to do it or whatever, but you should.
I agree.
You should weep, and that's evil, and you should just say it's evil. And I know it's really threatening to.
Is it evil?
Ben Shapiro to say.
Is it evil though? Is it evil? Yes, it's evil. You mother effer, it's evil.
Say that or whatever, but
is it evil
to kill civilians on purpose? Yeah, it is. I think it is.
Really?
Kids and children. Well, how is it not actually?
In a war?
In a war? Is it evil? Yeah, it is. If you're targeting them, it is. Yeah.
Well, you can call it whatever you want. How is it right to kill women and children?
I didn't say, well, because I think there is a moral right behind you if you are literally...
To kill women and children?
If there's a world war that threatens the entire... If it threatens the entire world, yes.
Some people killed your kids, like your 8-year-old? Like,
well,
how
your
is
own
that
children,
morally justifiable?
Well, because actually you have to... Well, by your criteria...
It's disgusting.
Okay, so no war is morally justified.
I mean, I think it's pretty hard to justify. I mean, yeah, I'm
Any
sure,
war.
A pure defensive action, sure. But all I'm saying, look, it's all ugly. It's all hard to stomach. I've actually seen some of it up close. Super ugly.
You can say that. You can say you hate it.
May I finish?
The fact you quibble with it being morally justified.
To intentionally kill non-combatants, women and children, I think we can say that's wrong. In fact, I thought that was the thing we were fighting against.
I thought that was the thing we're fighting against. Well, then it seems that Piers also needed a lesson in how the Ukraine proxy war and how that came out, which he definitely gives them. But listen, I wanted to actually show this reaction from Jimmy Dore because he covered this and Piers tried to fight back at him. It was pretty funny because this just kind of speaks for itself. But apparently, Piers Morgan doesn't think it speaks for himself. But yeah, this is what Jimmy says. Piers Morgan fully endorses and wholeheartedly supports slaughtering children and women and all sorts of non-combatants. Full stop. We all saw it. He fully does. The thing we're all supposed to be against, the thing that shocked our conscience so much that the whole of humanity changed the rules of war, Piers is for. This is where blindly supporting Israel ends up. Morally bankrupt monsters embracing slaughtering children. Of course, Piers pushes back and says, try watching the actual interview in proper context. Then perhaps you wouldn't post such utterly stupid garbage. Piers, the garbage that's utterly stupid that Jimmy's posting and we're sharing on our show right now is you. You are that utterly stupid garbage. So Jimmy then fights back and shows exactly the conversation that he posts Tucker to purposely target women and children. I think it's evil. Piers, it is evil. Tucker, it is evil to kill civilians on purpose. Yeah, I think it is. Piers, really? Tucker, how is it right to kill women and children? Piers, because I think there's a moral right behind you. Tucker, to kill women and children? Piers, if you're fighting a world war. This is exactly where you admit you said what you said because you said it, even if you don't understand how a video record of you saying it works. Great job there, Jimmy. Yeah, hard to argue that, man. That's your Piers. That is your actual words. It's in transcript. We can watch the video. The other part that was interesting, I don't have it queued up yet. I'll put it in the post. But if you guys haven't seen it, the next thing that Piers has to be educated at is how the proxy war in Ukraine started. Tucker knows this stuff. He was very versed in it. He was the stuff he was talking about on Fox News before they fired him. It's the stuff we paid attention to. And we were having a very analytical discussion about this at the beginning. And we've been right the whole time. We said that this is an unwinnable war. We said that whatever that negotiation that should have happened, it was called the Minsk Accord. It should have been in place. It was in place, but the EU was lying about it. NATO was lying about it. Angela Merkel in Germany admitted that we were lying about it. They sent Boris Johnson from England over to Ukraine to meet with Zelensky and talk him out of signing a final deal that was all put together in March of 2022. We know the whole damn deal. And Tucker knew it too, by the way, and he was reporting to his audience at the time on Fox News. Now he has a much larger audience where he can talk anti-war and anti-pharma. And it's great. And again, we can have the other discussion another time about how much Tucker still does, represent a certain element of the deep state while challenging out other parts of it. That's fine. But this part, calling out Piers Morgan, you have to do this, especially now when Zelensky is saying out loud, the money is gone. There's no trace. Why is it gone? Because this was never about democracy. It was always about stealing resources, setting up biolabs, setting up BlackRock, buying this country that's fallen apart, and 600,000 minimum, up to 1 million, we've heard reported, Ukrainians dead because of this. And the whole time was a psyop. It got people running around with their Ukrainian flags all this time, pretending that it was for peace and democracy. It never was. Ukraine is not a democracy. We took that away from them in 2014. And here we are 11 years later. And guess who just got a pre-pardon for 11 years? Guess who did that? Oh, Hunter Biden. 11-year pre-pardon. Guess who else got one? Anthony Fauci. 11 years. So interesting on the timing of that. That is World War III Watch.